It's Crick Buzz Centre Stage. Adam Collins, Harsha Bhogle. India have started their 2019 World Cup campaign in the best possible fashion. 6-wicket victors over South Africa. Looks like a canter in the end at the scoreboard, but it was red hot for a few minutes there.
There was a little phase there when the first 2 wickets went down and Rabada was bowling beautifully. I mean, I'll remember this game for Bumrah and Rabada bowling beautifully. But I just think South Africa didn't get those wickets in the middle overs that India got. The wickets that Chahal and Kuldeep got from 78 to 89, the 3 wickets that fell. If India got partnerships with Rahul and Dhoni, which were 85 and 74. I think that was the difference. So yes, initially there was a bit of a struggle. If they got Dhoni early, or if they got Rohit around that time, would have made a difference. Other Rohit Sharma century was magnificent.
Same old Rohit Sharma, isn't it? Takes his time. There's no urgency about it. Willing to let the ball count rise, especially the way he played Morris, who bowled beautifully too with no reward. But he knows at the end he can turn the volume up when he needs to, and that's precisely what he did.
And he said that it was an un-Rohit Sharma-like innings. It was his slowest 100.
Oh, right.
It was his slowest one-day international 100 because he knew the conditions were difficult. Didn't want maybe someone not quite with the same ability to come in and have to face the conditions. So I thought it was a very mature 100. And it's interesting what Virat said afterwards. He said, "We believe that one of the top 3 they get a start must go on and get 100." And I think that's been the great strength of this Indian side. And they didn't worry about net run rate.
Talking about fast bowlers, I mean, Bumrah at the start, I know he's ranked number 1 in the world, but what a spell. I mentioned in my match report, it was like he was bowling 20 years ago with the Duke's ball, hooping it around corners. It was a gorgeous bit of bowling.
Did you know what? It was very interesting what Virat Kohli said in the post-game presentation. Remember, Virat Kohli goes to third slip, immediately Quinton de Kock edges, and Virat said, "I told Bumrah that for 15 minutes after that, my hands could feel the pressure." He said the speed gun might be showing 140, but the ball is hitting it much harder. And so he said his fingers stung for 15 minutes after he held that catch. He said that's how well Bumrah's bowling.
And in Rabada, in reply, it's as though he needed Bumrah to put in a performance like that to step up. He bowled 5 kilometres an hour quicker than what he did against England a week ago. That was a fierce spell. The ball that picked up Darwin was just gorgeous. And then the way he came out, bowled a bumper at Kohli first ball, the Yorker after that for a minute there. I mean, again, it's hard to sort of make the case given looking at the scoreboard later, but it just felt like we were about to get a classic finish, wasn't it to be?
You enjoyed it, didn't you? That's the first time.
Bowling.
That's the first time I've seen you do that to deliver it. It was really good cricket. I mean, 6 months down the line, or maybe towards the end of the World Cup, you'll say, one team at 227, the other one with 2.5 overs left. What's the big deal? There were moments within it. And as I said, Rabada and Bumrah, to me, they just make our game look good.
The spinners, a big part of India's plan is to squeeze the life out of the game in those middle overs. And initially it was Chahal who picked up 2 wickets in his second over, both bowled to break up an important stand. South Africa, well, mounting a rearguard of sorts. Then he comes back in his second spell, picks up 2 more to break up another contribution. Kuldeep either side of that. And then Kedar Yadav, I just want to ask you about the captaincy of Kohli. He just knows when to bring him on, bowling these sidearm darts that don't look particularly special, but he knows when to eke out 3 or 4 overs, doesn't he?
I think the idea is to take a load off Hardik Pandya, not look at Hardik Pandya as a 10 overs bowler. So everything that Jadhav provides, and 4 overs 16, that's little in between. You might say, look, that takes the pressure off. He's not looking like taking wickets. 4 over 16 is invaluable from your change bowler. What it means is you only need to get 6 out of Hardik Pandya. If he's on a roll, he delivers you 8 overs someday maybe. Someone else takes away the wickets, but that just gives you that buffer. And to be honest, I thought people had decoded Kedar Jadhav. I thought people would just sit back in their crease and try and tonk over mid-wicket, maybe big into this golf course. But he got his 4 overs in. And
Kohli knows when to take him off. It's important to get him off. He went for 2 runs in that 4th over. And no, that's enough. You've done your job. Get on with it. From a South African perspective, Harsha, 3 losses in a week. They're going to have to win every game from here. Sure, they've been depleted by injury. They gave it a red-hot go with the ball today, but their batting doesn't look up to pace.
I really want to be a fly on the wall in their dressing room. What are they saying? Are they saying, you know what? We go to the IPL regularly. Kolkata Knight Riders 2014, they lost 5 out of 6, went on to win. Mumbai Indians virtually won nothing in the first 5, went on to win. Australia 1999, we can do that. Is there somebody in that dressing room saying, you know what guys, we might have started badly, we've got 3 behind us, we can do it? Or are people saying, oh, there's no Steyn, there's no Ngidi, if they were there, this would have happened? The moment they say, if this could have happened, then I think South Africa are out of the tournament.
India entered the tournament belatedly. Their next game is against Australia at the Oval on Sunday. Talk about a blockbuster.
It's a big one, and at the Oval. India are actually playing matches from now on in the same places they played in the '99 World Cup. India played Australia at the Oval, playing Pakistan at Manchester. So it's following a pattern that is going to be so important, because at the 2015 World Cup, India had South Africa, Pakistan up front. You win those two, you're just so full of confidence. India beat South Africa, India beat Australia. They're saying, wow, what's left in this World Cup? So I think it's a huge game for India. Depends on what happens Australia, West Indies. If Australia win that, they're suddenly looking at 3 wins in a row if they beat India. So it'll be a fabulous game.
It's shaping up beautifully. For South Africa's part, they have to play here again at the Rose Bowl for their sins next week on Monday against the West Indies. They're in a lot of trouble.
How many bowls are these? I've heard it called the Rose Bowl, I've heard it called the Aegis Bowl, I've heard it called the Hampshire Bowl.
I think it's the Hampshire Bowl for the purpose of the ICC World Cup.
there you
But either way, I'm glad we're not coming back here for a while. Adam Collins and Harsha Bhogle, this is Cricket Buzz Centre Stage. A great win for India today. We'll talk to you tomorrow.